Ai, vâng, vâng, ai.
I don't know if y'all can hear this sound or not. I'm gonna be quiet for a second, but if you're hearing this around your house at this time, yeah, don't be worried, be aware, because you're clearly a warrior, somebody that's not to be fucked with. And whatever it is, it's flying. I'll put it to you like that. It's not really stealthy because I can hear it, so it's probably something of ours, but it might not be. That's a car. But you hear that sound that the car is leaving. It kind of lingers around. That's the sound that I'm talking about. This. Yeah, that might not be us because whatever it is, it's able to control the hum of the vehicle. So clearly, they weren't aware that they were being as loud as they were being, I guess, because what I've noticed about these things is that they're smart, but they don't have common sense. And that's because well, we're just not cut like that. Mhm. It's just a common sense thing, man. So they do stuff that we would normally, with the sense that we have, we're like, okay, somebody's watching that. But why they do all the extra hiding and dodging and being extra quiet and all the shit that they do hiding in the shadows, they'll fuck around and accidentally forget to put a blinker on or something. You know what I'm saying? Some stupid shit like that. Like you did all that slick shit just to do some shit to put yourself out there in the open. And that's the type of shit that they do. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure I put it up on there already, but if I didn't, all right, we got them ones loaded up. Nobody said shorts though. Who made them? Okay, well, yeah, there's a few of the videos up there on my YouTube right now. I'm downloading them as we speak, uploading them, downloading them, whatever you want to call it. But it's a must that I get this information out immediately because, um, let's just say things been getting a little tight around here lately, man. And first we're gonna do this. Ain't them either. I'm telling you guys right now. how you know it's dead. This type of shit way too much. This is where. Damn. You see how they start? Okay. Now, at the end of it, I have to walk away as soon as I do this. I'm going to ask y'all a question. I've never seen it. And you hear that all night. Hunger, just out of work. Come on, bro. I'm so used to it that I know the gang stalking tactics. I know what they do to try to, anything to get noticed. We all know they're a bunch of bitches. That's period, point blank. It's probably ran by a bitch. Or a man in a skirt, but one or the other. You hear this shit? Like, you know that they're listening. And when I say they, I mean them motherfuckers that ODB was talking about. Yeah, them motherfuckers. Yeah. Motherfuckers just rolling past, shooting, letting off little caps and shit. Like, dog, that'll get you. I got shot in the chest with a 45 at close range. And you guys are sending people through here. I'm like a war vet. Do you realize that? Nah, they don't. But they know I've been shot, and they know I got PTSD, and they know that I have a high level of, PTSD, and I will smoke your motherfucking ass. If they don't know it, they will. And it's not going to be illegal. I'm going to get my firearm permit. That's why I can't let these suckers trick me into beating somebody up and catching the case like gang stalkers do. Because of the information that I got. So them and all them loud cars and airplanes and they mamas can suck a dick. Get mad at that. As far as I'm concerned, I care less about any of that dumb shit. I'm sitting up here doing something that's productive. And what are you guys doing? You guys are trying to take somebody that got out of the life and put them back in the life. By stalking them, harassing them, making it hard for them to be a regular person. They want you to stay inside and, have to resort to doing shit motherfuckers do when they inside. Watch pornos and jack off. Yeah, shit. Like, motherfucker. Is that what you thought a motherfucker was? This is YouTube too. No. Is this is what they thought a motherfucker was? I don't know what they thought. They tried many things, but I guess yeah. Men are the only ones that jack off. Women got all the toys in the world and do all, yeah, ice cubes and everything all in the freezer. And you guys love the way you guys try to point out certain things about certain individuals. I only said that to say they aim low. So whatever they feel like it's going to bother you the most or whatever, if you care about your reputation or, whatever, they're going to ruin that. But then they're going to add something on top right before these things try to come and get a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So they have a reason for a motherfucker to be missing. Or however the shit goes. It doesn't really matter to me how it plays out because I'm here. And I'm dealing with it. And they got to deal with me. But yeah, the videos that I'll be showing y'all, that I'm literally risking not only my life, I'm risking my reputation, I'm risking my life. And I didn't realize it at first, but my family members as well. But if they know what's good for them, I mean, if anybody knows anything, like, listen, I'm not a known killer or anything like that. But if you come from my family, bro, I'm going law abiding citizen. Have you ever seen that movie? I don't care what you think. You're gonna have to hide up under a rock for me to find you. And you guys are pretty good at doing shit like that. But you know, just take me there. Cause they've been one last motherfucker took me there. Well, his cousin had to shoot me because he couldn't see. Last time I beat somebody's ass, I got shot with a 45 at close range in the chest. This is the truth. And not by the person who I beat up because he couldn't see. It's not even funny. But this is who they want to test me. Uh, I hope you gave them a good briefing on what they was dealing with because I'm dealing with PTSD and being shot in the chest. So all that extra funny shit that motherfuckers think is funny that can get your ass, you provoking motherfuckers. Hey man, one of these days they're good. They've been getting dumb, as you can tell. But somebody's gonna get stupid enough to try to put their hands on me, and I have to show them, or they're gonna show me one or the other. But I guarantee it's always gonna be a standoff. I don't care. It's just that's just how I am. I don't want to sit up here and talk to you guys about nothing negative, but this is what I'm going through. It's this weird gang stalking shit as a result of having videos of entities that were already under the dome. Some of them came from different dimensions. I don't give a damn. They're revealing themselves to me. Show goddamn what? Why don't you go after them and gang stalk them because you can't handle them? You guys are scared of them. It's supposed to be a super force. Fuck out of here. And y'all got some dope shit too. So I know y'all ain't fucking. You guys got some high tech shit. And you guys are scared to death of these entities. Yeah, because your weapons don't work, see. You better go get in that Bible. But most of you guys drink blood anyway and worship it, so we gonna keep it at that. Yeah, you already know what's going on. The coldest part about it is that they've been doing it for so long, it's like a normal thing now. They've made it normal for these. You hear that wind blowing and shit, like that's clearly something propelling out there. That's not a regular wind blow. Like the wind blows like not. Come on, man. Ain't nobody stupid. Whether it's a UFO out there or whatever. I just hope they're ready when they come in here. Some of them, more than likely, they're in here right now looking at me. I just, just know if you take me, I know where to hit the reptilians at. They got a heart up under each armpit. As long as I can hit both of them, it's over. And they're pretty damn big. So you little motherfuckers, I hope y'all got super whatever type of strength you need. Cause yeah, amen. I know the I'm not working with anything but the source that powers me made everything. You guys can come with that weird shit if you want to. I know they're mortal and I know they die. They perish just like us. Yeah, if I gotta go out like that, hey, I don't give a damn. Guess what? What you're not gonna do is what they've been trying to do, which is put a motherfucker inside isolated individual. See what I'm doing right now, I shouldn't be doing this. Like taking apart iPhones and iPads and putting them together. So being a hood individual that I am, I should really be in here panicking, looking around at all the entities and wondering why they're outside. But I don't give a fuck about them, and they know it. Even the motherfucking entities know. I care about them as much as they want to show their identity. I don't give a fuck what the fuck they're here for. They gonna get some problems out of this one. Yeah, so mental telepathy, all that shit. Yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm a prophet, man. Yeah, we read minds, man. We can do all that shit too. How you want to come with? And my God, the creator is definitely on my side. I don't got nothing to worry about. I wouldn't care if they walked through the door right now. I'd have a reaction for sure. Who wouldn't? But you think it's gonna stop there? You think I'm finna just get okay? That's why this camera's rolling, so you motherfuckers see play by play how some shit go down. If a motherfucker come fuck with me, you better come with some heavy hypnosis. You better disable me fully and come with all your manpower, because it's not gonna be an easy one. You know, Samson's strength was in his hair. Yeah, he was taking down whole armies. Goliath was way smaller than, way bigger than David. Too. As far as these things that have the ability to manipulate our reality, and they can go into the fourth, fifth dimension, sixth dimension. They can, above where a lot of people's eyes can see. I'm not worried about them. And for whatever reason, they've taken a liking or unliking because they do a lot of weird, fucked up shit your whole life and got you thinking it's just you being accidental and being clumsy. And no, it's these entities running around causing madness and people don't know. Yeah, so clumsy isn't clumsy. None of that shit. A lot of the shit you think is ain't, and I can put money on it. I've been going through it for long enough to know when these entities is at work and how they move around. Period, point blank. And they're the reason for a lot of motherfuckers being late to work. They're the reason for a lot of the shit that just happens and you can't stop. There's unseen things that are making those things happen. And really, the only way that you can beat them is through the word of God. You think you might be able to fight these things, to try to fight some of them. Hell, I'm gonna have to if they run up on me. But without the word, there's nothing. And that's why the government can't fuck with them, because half of them are on some other word. So they can't use what we use. So they're literally not there. They're running circles around us. Full laps. I'm talking about track and field there. And the Olympics. They're doing all that. Yeah. And they look like me. Some of them. So you probably that you wouldn't know the difference if you seen one. You wouldn't. Not one that looks like me. Not the kind that are my color. They're a little, it's not like I've ever had an encounter with one or anything. But I can tell you, they're real stern. Yeah. When it comes to not playing no games, that's what they stand for. It's not a game. And it's never going to be one. Never has been with them. And they're not playing. And they're running loops around these motherfuckers. And they're interested in why they're interested in more. Yeah. That's what they want. Yeah, so in the meantime, between time, the curtains keep doing shit like opening up on their own, and then the curtains you gotta twist. Yeah, you heard that. Anyways, and this is so a lot of stuff that you think are ghosts and whatever, they're demons that are actually people think that they're aliens or whatever, but no, a lot of those is demons. Those are straight out the pit of hell. That's why they do the same things, and they smell like sulfur. Those ones, yeah, they smell like heavy, heavy, heavy. And you gotta be a strong-minded individual, strong in the mind mentally. This ain't finna do nothing mentally. You gotta be able to overpower these entities because they will, and they can't control your mental. They can make you go to sleep. They can make you use the bathroom on yourself. They can do a whole number of things. Put it like this: if you can think about it, they can probably do it. Yeah, they can bend us straight out. Still have this whole living room looking crooked, couches and all that shit, and you'll be trying to fix it all night and won't be able to. Every dimension to be off because they manipulate space and time. That's what they do. Some of them, some of them just have other abilities that aren't as advanced as the other ones, from what I've gathered. But they must know something about me, you know, for them to have been following me around for this long, keeping close watch. I mean, this has been since birth. So, and no, I haven't been having no whole bunch of encounters and stuff like that since I was a kid. But I recognize the things that I did, the times that I did have encounters, I recognize them now. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They come like, it's kind of faded like memory, but they come and it's real. Not only that, the things that I've been able to get on video allows me to say that what I sometimes thought was a dream was really a reality, and there was no dream about it. These things are actually around us, causing havoc. I feel like they're cheating because they get to be invisible to a lot of you all and just run around and just do a whole bunch of punk shit all day. And then it's like for you to have that much power and you're running around doing, and you're as smart as you are, you're running around doing all this sucker shit just to outmaneuver our government and say, ha ha ha, we can do this. Okay. I'm definitely hoping that the Most High uses me as one of the people in that war against y'all. If that's what this is about. And that other stuff, about the adrenochrome and y'all taking the baby's blood. Yeah, I'm on your ass about that, number one. The babies. Yeah. That's what I'm really on the ass about. Because they're doing some foul, fucked up shit. And there's people out there in the government that know and they don't want to speak about it. And it leaves people like me that look like they don't know what they're talking about to tell you, that are experiencing these things. And I have it on camera and I got to show you. That's it and that's all. So I'm on the clock, watched around the clock just so they can see what I see. And they try to control what my movements and how I do. And like I said, they got a pretty strong force and there's strength in numbers. So for as many of them, they suck. They're doing a very poor job. If that's what you call nah, man, this can't be the. I'm talking about the ground squad, the flying monkeys, even the little things, the little entities, even the big ones. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. Something that dies just like us. But they've outthought you. Got you in a twink. So that probably leads you to following people like me around to see what they are following me around for. And then you figure out I can do what I can do and you start doing, hey, whatever they led up to, whatever conclusion they came to, fuck them. I don't give a fuck. What they didn't come do was come help because they're scared. I know it and they know it. And they're in our government. So that's why they're really scared because they got to work with people. Understand? Try to do my job too. Thank you for appointing me. Yeah. Took away a lot of stuff that I cared about. Stuff that I used to think was an accident, but now I see the way these entities move, and I see how a lot of the stuff that we thought was just natural, no, they really period, point blank. So hey, I'm here doing what I'm doing. Every once in a while, I'll hear a honk or some gunshots outside, or somebody doing some sucker shit just to run off. Because if you're gonna send some killers, send them. I mean, you guys got some of the best snipers in the world, and some of the best hitmen. Period. Matter of fact, I forgot. The gang stalking is a silent kill. It's a non-contact kill. Yeah, they want to drive you crazy enough for you to kill yourself. Since they're working with these entities, they're probably sending them out on jobs to scare the hell out of individuals like myself and just thinking other shit because we're seeing what we're seeing and we're catching it. And yeah, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like they're working with these motherfuckers. But they don't have a choice. Because the reptilians is big as fuck and they'll devour you. Just me saying that little bit, those little few words, that was enough to get done deal. Even if I've never seen one, that they put you on their list. And once they're on your list, you're on their list, and that's a fucked up list to be honest. Because they pretty much run all the little people. But then you got the ones that look like us. And from what the government said, they don't look too worried about it. Not a damn thing. You should probably go read the documentary, or read the document, and check out the videos on the encounter that they had with these beings. And then, I don't know, they said the cylindrical shape ship was miles long. And they got them surrounded. 6'4", 6'5", black, African, looking like they came from probably Africa. They were very militant, and they said that they had the feeling that they had never been defeated before. That was the look that they had on their face, like they were arrogant, like they'd never been beaten in the war. That's why I said like Xerxes, but not weird like he was. But yeah. And then I'm here to tell the story. And they're telling whatever they're telling, but I can't say what they're telling is fake on TV from what I've seen. I can't put nothing past anything from what I've seen. But I'm just, I've seen a lot. And that's nothing compared to what's in heaven. Which is peace, love, and everything in an abundance. All good things in an overwhelming amount. But it's not to overwhelm you, it's more of you don't get tired of this energy. You have to be there to know. I can't even describe or begin to describe Just imagine going somewhere where you don't know anybody, but you don't want to go back home. Ever. They gotta kick you out. So yeah, the heaven's very real, and I need for y'all to know that there's a war going on. At least that's what I know about the whole situation. We're all different in our own little ways. The Creator did a number. He did a very good job. Great job, an excellent job with what he created and how he did what he did with. So we was already equipped for everything that we're being hit ahead of time. Didn't even know. But once again, that word to even for me even be able to walk around by myself at night, seeing what I've seen, you have to understand that you gotta have faith because you try calling the police and telling them you got aliens outside. See what the fuck they do. It's gonna take some convincing. Even if they chase you down Rainier Avenue. You're gonna have some people to convince that already know the truth. You will get out from that DUI that they're gonna give you because of the story the truth you told. If that didn't ever happen anyway, let's keep it pushing. But I'll be having to share these little encounters, man. It's just so. Thank you for letting me know who I am. Appreciate it. And that you're not fucking with me, but you're trying to provoke something to happen by fucking with me. So rather than do that, I'm kind of glad that I'm isolated, and I'd rather be like this. I don't need no company because taking apart these devices is some real sensitive things. A lot of sensitive, not wires, but strips. I would call them circuit strips. But yeah. And the adhesive and the way they apply this stuff, the apples off. So, but yeah, that keeps me busy enough for me to be able to look out the window right now, record some shit, see it, and just get back to work, knowing that it's out there. And I don't know how many people that can do that. I know there's other people that can, but I know there's people that are stone cold scared to death of these things. Like they're scared. And I know why. The appearance, let alone what they make you, they're capable of causing you to feel like. But once again, from what I've seen, if you have the Most High on your side, you have nothing to worry about. Yeah, this is let's see, I got my little tool set or whatever. Right, I think. Hold it up. Look, they mad. And you can always hear that the car was pulled over and just took off like that. They weren't stopped. That was you were sitting for a minute. That was a message. Like I was saying, here goes my little tool set. And there's that side. All right. And then there's this side that comes with the rest of the gear. That allows me to do what I do and keep me off of, pretty much keep me from doing harm. And I don't want to do harm to anyone, but yeah, just keeping me from doing, this is what keeps me busy. And they want to stop me from doing this because of what I know. If I didn't have the understanding, I wouldn't even understand why. But because of the information that I have, it's very sensitive. I understand. I just don't understand why you couldn't go about a better way of handling what you're handling. Like, you shouldn't have to wait for me to say something in order for you to take action and make it look like, yo, we're just going to bother the hell out of you because you decided to say something. I wasn't sworn to secrecy, first of all. You were. And when you got something like that, that big of a task on your hands, that big of a responsibility, you should be prepared or get the fuck out the way and let the ones who can do it do what the fuck they can do, and stop hiding shit and stop making people think that they're crazy. How about that? Let's start with the little shit. But let's start with the you can't fuck with them first and you need help. And how about you ask for it nicely rather than trying to kidnap people and erase their memories and have them be Manchurian candidates who work for you? How about you just do it without hypnosis and trying to scare the hell out of motherfuckers? That'd probably be some nice. You probably get way more bees with that type of honey. At least active ones. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are definitely making people forget who they are because nobody in their right mind would work for you, knowing what you've done to them. So these people have to be up under heavy hypnosis, mind control, period, point blank. But you ain't shit without your little gadgets and gadgets, and the only way you got them is from these things, and that's why they're able to run circles around you motherfuckers. They gave y'all the information, and they came back and already had some shit ready. That was probably 100,000 years ahead of your shit. Got you feeling like dummies. And made you come out here and make us feel like we were victims. I don't care what's going on. I know I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know what's behind it. I'm just throwing shit out there right now. Fucking with these gadgets and I'm shooting this shit with you. Anything's possible, nothing's for sure. At the end of the day, I know they're there. And I can prove it. So. Yes, much that yes, you guys with that good old TikTok because it's only right. But I'm putting a bunch of stuff up on here too. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but the TikTok is get that backwards. I wish I could flip out. Wish I knew how to. I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can mirror this and flip the screen, but I'm not gonna do none of that. But just in case you really want to holler, it's and you definitely gotta send me a friend's request, you know. But prepare yourself. I don't want anybody to be surprised and tripping out. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I'm telling you right now, prepare yourself. If your eyes are open, you're gonna see what's there, and just prepare yourself. And then you guys never understanding about why somebody like me would be able to explain it, or I would even have the information that I had and had to go do the research that I had to do to find out what was going on. Because life drastically changed. The life that I know after so many years has seemed to change overnight. Fast. That was just not right. Something's wrong. So I did my investigating and it was what it was. It wasn't a dream, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm repairing everything now. I'm reverse engineering everything because, yeah, that's just what I do. And I'm good at it. And I got time. Which I don't feel like I have a lot of. I'm also here to warn people about gang stalking and that there's a spiritual side and there's a human agenda to it as well. But for the most part, we're dealing with evil. And that's just how you slice it. There ain't no other way to put it. That's what I'm seeing. So, who cares, anyways? Let's move on to the good shit. Ain't them either. And you see how they started to walk away as soon as I'm telling you guys right now. I know I don't know too much, but the stuff that's how this type of shit way too much. telling you guys right now, I know I don't know too much, but the stuff that I do know. Ain't them either. And you see how they started. That's how you know they know. That's how you know it's them. Spit up remarkably. Experience. You see students come from recording, they act like they pulling in. They don't see that shit. They keep going. Whatever backgrounds they were in, and by the end of the boot camp, they're almost a completely different person. In a lot of ways, not only they become a better developer, but I think they. Nigga missing out. But never try there. Little niggas make it hot. Switch heads. Okay. 3 poses this switch up. Respond to the needs. Okay, so as you can see, things that. Mm, that's ugly. Okay, yeah, see, and I'm not even using that. I don't even know why I don't even have that plugged up over there like I should. This shit's about to go there. Yep, I knew that was going on. Wait, hold on, no. I need it to be on something totally different. go. I gotta get a new phone stand, but for now, this is gonna have to work. Even though I know it's gonna vibrate in a second and fall down. I'm not tripping. It was good. How's everyone doing tonight? Why am I not remembering this password? This is crazy. This is why we use this. Hit that one thing. Okay. I was gonna say that was it. Yeah, that was it. Hold on while I yeah, go ahead and do this real quick. Should just be right here, but everything else I must have erased it. But it's good though, because we're gonna get it right back on. It's so much, just stuff that's out of my control that's going on around me that I have to document. Trust me, nobody in this world could do anything about it if they wanted to. Not even the government. But I gotta document it for my kids. So they can show their kids. You know what I mean? And I definitely need to warn the people. I got a lot of devices. I'm working on a lot of devices right now. I'm doing a lot of recording. I'm kind of taking like, it's been like a little hour break so far. Oh yeah, for sure. Hello to everybody that's popping up in this thing. What's popping with you? It is the one and only No Phony Mac without the Ronnie. Yeah, your friendly neighborhood player partner, Heartbreaker the Hoe Taker. Hello there. How are you? Now let me stop fucking. I left that lifestyle alone. I really do have a business where I prepare devices. And I'm currently, well, I reverse engineered this. I did this for fun, just to get used to it. But I took the screen off that, and in the midst of it, learned about this little strip right here. You know what I'm saying? That's a little strip. I'll call it like man, it's like a microchip in a strip. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I said earlier, but whatever it is, um, I was a little too rough, and I learned the first time. So now we know what to do with the second one. Even though I already knew, it's just I didn't have the heating gun, and I couldn't melt the adhesive that's around the screen to pull it up off of there, and that would have been immediately exposed if I would have did it like that. I wouldn't have had to go around edges with a razor blade and accidentally cut through a wire that if I would have just did what I was did it the right way, then clearly it never would have happened. Didn't happen with this. It didn't happen with that iPad, and it's definitely not gonna happen with my personal phone that I'm doing because I got to do my own phone as well, and this is what I do for a living. But other things I do, I taught myself. I didn't get taught anything. I reverse engineered a lot of things and taught myself. I'm self-taught. I'm knowledgeable. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bother me that I don't know the technical terms for a lot of the shit that I said because I didn't go to school for it. But I guarantee you, my skills are far beyond what a lot of those people that went to school for what I do. They can't even do what I do. They envy me. Trust that. I took the computers and electronics like fish took the water, like clouds took the sky, like blue took to the sky. Yeah. Mm, you know what I'm saying? Like this takes the thighs. You feel me? Yeah. Like Hazel, Pretty's eyes. That's how I took to these devices. You know what I'm talking about? Very easy. It worked out. So here I am. And luckily, I got a lot of people that break stuff and that don't want to do nothing with it. So I'll be like, hey man, don't just throw that away. I can I can take that apart and learn how it works, and that'll be another thing that I know how to fix. That's under my belt. Before I even go into college, I'm gonna know. I already know HTML coding. I can unlock computers using coding, commas, forward slashes, periods, and do this for hours without breaking the code. Because that's what it takes to put these codes in and unlock some of these MacBook Airs when you're doing HTML code. It takes hours to put these codes in. And you can't miss a comma, forward slash, or a period nowhere. You gotta be precise with everything. So I don't only handle the, you know what I mean? Um, the tech side of it. I also handle the um, engineer side as well, the repair side. You know what I mean? So, and for me to have taught myself or had the ability to learn on my own, um, yeah, for this specific line of work, it's not a, you know, it's not too shabby. You dig? You don't just wake up and do this shit. I promise you. Otherwise, and Apple, they're changing shit they're making it harder for you to go to me. That's what they're doing. They're putting 11 or 12 locks on everything they're making. But guess what? Everything man makes is flawed. It can be. You feel me? And shortly after they come out with something, I'm talking about, hey, I think my partners over there got this shit before they even come out with the phone. As long as they know the phone's coming out and what's in it, they can prepare what needs to tear down. What software we need to tear this down, which would probably be an upgrade from the last one. Yeah, they're already on it. I promise you. Shout out to them. Where they at? They know where they at. Yeah, providing the brother with all that good software that I need to do what I do, the way I do it, and learning the things that I've learned. Thank you to the people on my journey. Because Apple's hard. That's the hardest one. I promise you. Google, the Android. That ain't that. That's listen. My business is emergency quick fix for a reason. I pull up to the club and fix your phone at the club, in front of the club. Fix your screen, fix your phone, everything. Diagnose, all that. Emergency quick fix. Androids ain't shit. You get to them Apples, have fun with them. If I was still gang banging, that'd be the enemy. Seriously. We'd have fun with that. It'll be like Android and Apple just got into a shootout at the mall. They beefing hard right now. Yeah, because I was Android for real, for real. But I know that since I've gotten to it as deep as I got, they're both good for different things. So I'm totally unbiased. I have no preference as far as that goes. I know that one's good for one thing and the other one's good for another. So it's best to have both of them if you can. And sometimes you might need to use both of them at the same time. And you might catch something that you didn't know you needed both of them to catch. You know what I mean? If you catch my drift, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you take both of them and go like this and record with one and let the other one record what the other one's doing, and you're gonna pick up something. Trust me. But in my experience, I've needed those two different types of phones. It wasn't the same type of phone. It was two different Android and iPhone that caught that video, which I will be uploading shortly. And you can go see it on my YouTube channel that I'm also streaming on. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me get that name for you right now. Oh yeah, Michael. It's my name, Michael David, David. Calendar, Callender. Michael David Calendar on YouTube. I got a lot of videos where I'm talking, I'm doing some ranting, but trust me, there's a lot of interesting things up there. Things that you would not see if I can put them up there. And some of you may have seen these things before, and if you have, you're a very strong individual for keeping your cool and not running around here like a chicken with his head cut off, acting like it's gonna be the end of the world because you've seen some shit that people ain't regularly seen. It's the reason that we were able to see these things and we can handle it the way we handle it and not overreact. That's why we have the eyes to see, the ability to sense them. Because other people will lose their stone crazy mind. You're gonna lose it. Even if it's one of the ones that it could be this big. I've never seen them this big. I've seen them about that big, about 3-4 feet tall. But this big, even to see one this big would blow your mind. And then have you like, oh hell, okay, first of all, they're real, but what the fuck are you doing here in my living room? And second of all, usually when you're in somebody's motherfucking house, you're there to come get them. Third of all, yeah, I started praying, and sure enough, he backed on up. So I know that there's power in the word. Definitely. Otherwise, I think they might have succeeded at doing what they came to do. And the crazy part about it is that only one of them was visible. But when you look at the video, you can see that there are plenty of them in there. And the crazy thing about these things is that they can hide behind a motherfucking, those little things that you twist the curtain with. It's like a little pole, or they can hide behind that. They can hide behind a leaf. When I tell you these things are crafty, and there was way more there than I actually could see with my eyes. They manipulate space and time. This is what these ones do, the ones that I ran into specifically. I know that because I basically just figured out by common sense. First of all, I can pick them up with our technology because it's mixed with their technology. Common sense. I mean, come on, man. We ain't fucking with them in the air, so we're definitely not fucking with them like that. So yeah, I believe that we're getting our technology from them, and that's why I'm able to do some of the things that I'm able to do. Um, you got to forgive me sometimes because I'm losing my train of thought, and it bothers me because I've always been good at talking. But when you're getting hit with, you know, different outside shit, it, you know, it'll turn Nikola Tesla into a shell. Anyways, I'm happy to be able to still be able to speak the way that I do and keep the dialect that I can and pronounce my words the way that to still be a regular individual as far as I'm concerned. Because seeing one and having proof that you've seen it and the reaction that people give is, it will break you down. It's not what you think it's gonna be. And when you seen those people at that Roswell thing talking about, I wish I would have never said nothing about it. They wasn't lying. They got talked about bad, even though they had proof. I can only imagine what they went through because of what I'm going through. And this was back then when they didn't even have the technology we have right now. So it was like basically word of mouth. You believe me or you don't. And a lot of them lost their jobs. A lot of them got called crazy. A lot of their lives just got turned upside down because they told the truth. Well, it's not that easy these days because this technology you guys gave us allows me to get you motherfuckers on camera. So the gig is up. But to have the encounter is another thing. To personally encounter these things, even though we're all up under the same dome. Well, these entities came from a different dimension. They didn't come from out of the birth canal of a female like a lot of the entities down here came out of. Even the ones that you think are evil, they're from under the dome. A lot of things that you think is space is right up under this dome. You're not getting out of here. Yeah. The water's above and below. Try it if you want to. Even Hillary said there's so many cracks in that. We've put so many cracks. Did you see her say it at the? Did she said it at the speech? She wouldn't have said that if it wasn't true. We put so many cracks in the dome that it's yeah. She wasn't playing, and something tells me that they finally done something strange. Right along with them operating with CERN and some other stuff, I think that they've since they found the Higgs boson particle, the God particle, what they call. Listen, man. First of all, the Creator works in mysterious ways. You'll never be able to figure him out. His son doesn't even know when he's returning, and he's standing right next to him. So understand that part first. He's the mastermind. He's the mastermind creator. He did all this. So as far as them thinking that they found him, ha ha jokes on you. You found something that was interesting because it was something that you were looking for and you knew that you would find. You just didn't know that it wasn't going to be what you thought it was. You're not getting out of here. You, I don't care what you can see. Whatever you can see is up under this dome. And just like Admiral Byrd said, there's land for miles and miles, fresh water in Antarctica. Antarctica. That's my dyslexia. Sorry. Antarctica. And there's inner Earth openings, and that's also where the moon parks in Antarctica. I listen. What I'm telling you right now, how you know it's true is because of what I'm going through. The moon parks itself in Antarctica behind the gate. There's a gate where the moon parks. Yes, for sure. Don't be no fool. Massive. Hey, there, there, there's gates in Antarctica that go past the ice. But let's just we live in realms. There's many different layers to the cake, and we're on the inside. But outside of here, there's more than one ice wall, and there's more than one landmass of what we call continents, and they go on and on and on for a while until you get to the titans, the giants, the big guys, and you're not getting past that wall. You can get to them, but you're not getting past the wall that they got set up over there for them. I, I don't think so. Yeah, so me knowing things like this and them wondering how I know makes stuff like that happen. And it's supposed to bother me. I don't know if you heard that, but come on, it's 3:15. Who the fuck is revving up their bike engine in front of somebody's house? And if you know who you was, there's a dog here, but don't worry about the dog. That's the least of your problems. Trust me. I think you might want to worry about who's taking care of the dog. Worry about who the dog's worried about. That's what I do. I wouldn't give a fuck about that dog if that dog turned in noodles when this person came around. That's who I'd be looking out for. In the meantime, between time, let's get back on track. Admiral Byrd and the rest of those guys. They said there's a large landmass down there. Um, they ran into some people. They got chased up out of there. He went back. This is actual, you know, he put it in his personal memoirs, but what he put in the actual his actual dialogue, um, his actual dialogue that he kept track with was, you know, basically they had an encounter with some out of this. Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, they said he committed suicide and jumped out of the crazy house window. That's where he ended up at. So, yeah, I believe that's how they said he came to his demise. I'm not sure. I think so, though. Yeah, I think they said they Admiral Byrd committed suicide. You know, one of those. Once you find out shit and you ain't never been suicidal in your life, suicide. When you're not suicidal, but you committed suicide. Matter of fact, you hate suicide. You know somebody that committed suicide type shit. Like, come on, man. He ain't had no reason to do that shit. But the pressure that these people apply once again, and oh yeah, that was just my skin shining. It be shining like a diamond. They apply pressure, and those guys have to sign disclosure agreements. See, I'm not under none of that. I can talk freely about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, and I don't have to answer to anyone as far as rank goes. But when it comes to the free world, you know, they got flying monkeys set up all around this motherfucker for motherfuckers that want to talk about some shit and really be serious and mean it and ain't bowing down to what you're saying. Because one thing you can't say, you can say I'm crazy, but you can't say that this camera is crazy with me. In fact, you can't say that all of the cameras are crazy. All of us are crazy together. That's what you can't say. Yeah. That's what you cannot say. As a matter of fact, cameras actually pick up more than what the eye can pick up. The lenses, the way that they're set up, and how they're made. You do know your eye is a crystal, right? It's quartz. That's why it looks the way it does, like glass. You know, if it gets hard. All right. Well, carry on, mister. And don't forget, I am a hood nigga. I just, I've always liked to, I don't feel like I talk too ghetto. I mean, I'm not Right now, I'm just not giving a fuck. But clearly, there's a difference between ghetto and proper, and I'm well seasoned in both areas. I think so. I'm not even sure, but back to what I was talking about. Nobody just commits suicide after they come, and he was, I think, the first person to actually successfully conquer and do it on multiple occasions, if I'm not mistaken, only to take his own life. If that's what, I mean, see, so I don't want to put that on that man's name, and he didn't do that. Okay, yeah, they said he died of heart failure at his home in Boston on the 11th of March. So who was that they said jumped out of the window? Was it Phil? It was one of the whistleblowers a minute ago. I don't know. It might have been the one that was Phil that exposed the underground bases and stuff, the dumps, the deep underground. Phil, I forget. He talked about the alien human battle that went on. Anyways, one of those guys killed themselves. I mean, this might have been a rumor that was spread. Okay, so even right here it says malnutrition was the cause of his death. Yeah. And then it talks about the mysterious death of his son, which I knew nothing about. Hey, so I guess he died from Alzheimer's, but his children were confused because they didn't see any signs, which we all know what Alzheimer's is. If you see no signs, that's kind of hard. So I'd be confused too. They think foul play. I would too. And you have the right to, considering what they did to your granddaddy. Because from what I remember, he jumped out the window. That's what they did. But it was one of the older ones. Anyways, he said there's a landmass down there that's humongous. Um, they got out of there, went back, um, got towed up again. I think that's when they realized that, I don't know, Hitler might have been going down there. But there's all types of fresh water and everything down there. That would be one of the places that you get through the walls. That's why nobody can go to Antarctica, because there's a gateway there through the wall, and there's only one. They're few and far between. Put it to you like there's not a lot of them that can get you up out of this dome or out of our realm at least. So there's inner Earth tunnels and things of that nature, but there's very few openings that let you get out of the walls without having to actually go over the wall. You know what I mean? And the moon does park itself there, or at least rest, because it's under intelligent control. In case you guys haven't noticed lately. And then they introduced us to a second one. I don't know if y'all seen that. They said it's gonna be around for a while. That was on the news. Yeah, I don't know. We got a second moon, but it's serious. Eat the biggest balls. You're not gonna hit me with that one. Now, not with all the shit I've been seeing that's been going over your head lately. Now you want to tell? Now y'all want to come out and say mothership? Oh, and they're black, by the way. Yeah. Damn, y'all been knowing this stuff. Because didn't Elijah Muhammad brief you guys the actual measurements and size of the mothership? Wasn't he the one who told you, and I'm not a Muslim? I believe in the Most High Creator. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah. Royal, regal class, Jew. True, the true Jew. Anyways, let's get past that before we get on some anti-whatever shit. Yeah, I have to stop getting off track like this. 4 years ago, what I was talking about. Anyways, yeah, whoa. Ooh. Yeah. It sucks to get used to because I know that I was just talking about somebody that had Alzheimer's and the signs of it, and I know I don't have. This is a result of something else. This one, but right, the beans and the walls and the moon being parked, replacing itself over there momentarily, and being under intelligent control. There's a lot of stuff that they ain't telling us. Oh, that's where I was at. There's a reason there's a treaty that we can't go to Antarctica because that's the one gateway to the, to get through the wall without having to go over the wall. In case you guys haven't seen how big those walls are, they get smaller in other areas. That's because it's, uh, it's not a flat surface like flat. It goes, you know, you guys seen how mountains do. Well, that's how that ice does down there. And yeah, well, around there. And we're in the middle. But once again, come from an individual like me, they wouldn't expect for you to say, Wakanda. Yeah, not in these days. They don't. You guys are gonna be surprised when you see what Chunk about them ships. And they've been trying to tell you. So this should give you a good outlook on why they thought we were gods. That's in. The beings, I also know they're a lot of people are capable of shape shifting, but these specific they've unlocked something that have enabled them to blend in with their surroundings to the point to where, yeah, it's they've had a long time. Yeah, to learn themselves. And whatever they did, it worked. But they're very telepathic. Yeah, they can do things that you know stuff that if some of us can do if you just take enough time and get enough peace and come to a place in your life where you can get to that place, then you'll be able to do these things. But when it's a way of life for you, it's different. Yeah, they're able to do a lot of stuff. You know, some of these beings have craft that are alive, and the craft that they fly in are alive. They're like pets. They're living. They greet them, and you don't have to believe me. And even if you did ask me how I got it, I wouldn't tell you. But a lot of the information I got, I seen with my own eyes, and I have video of it that lets you know. And my voice is in there, and I'm in the video, so that lets you know that I'm not playing. A lot of these encounters I was present for. So I remember I was showing people in the hood, and they were like, "Yeah, bro. I mean, what can we? What do you expect us to do? Listen, bro. I didn't ask you for no help. There's nobody on this planet can help me. Clearly, otherwise the government would have been here, like they be in the movie. But no, nah, none of that shit happened. That shit only happens in the movies. They're not showing up in helicopters. The men in black must already know I'm a black man, and yeah, that's not the cut you want to fuck with right there. I think you might have it taken care of. They ain't showed up. If they have, they've been in the cuts. Cut. But why would they show up when these things are showing up personally? I mean, it's not like they've went anywhere. So why would the men in black show up? Why are they? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. They know everything. Trust me, man. They know everything. The government knows everything. The police out here where I'm at. If they don't know who I am, you're asleep. You've been under a rock if you don't know who I am, where I'm at. Period. And I'm not loud and obnoxious. I just have proof, and that allows for other people that might be as ghetto as I am to come out and tell their truth. Real hitters. Like, man, I thought I was tripping, bro, but you helped me open up that door where I can talk about it. I feel comfortable talking about it because you're like the spokesperson for us now. You came out and you don't give a fuck. So why should I? And I seen something and I'm talking about it. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Ain't nobody because they're not finna admit the shit. They gonna keep on teeter-tottering us because they can't fuck with the situation at hand. It's out of their hands. If they ever caught anything, whatever they caught malfunctioned. That had a mistake, just like sometimes through. But yeah, no, this is out of their hands. These ships don't just disappear. These motherfuckers go from here to there. And that's not disappearing. That's motherfucking morphing. That's goddamn. Yeah, you did way more than a disappearing act right there. I forget the word for that, but that's it. That's some whole other. And to have your craft be able to do it along with you inside of it without the G forces tearing you all the way up. And some, yeah, man, they're far beyond it. We're not fucking with them. So I think that story about Eisenhower making the deal, or one of the presidents making a deal with him, and they can take a certain amount. I think that story has some truth to it. But there's also a certain amount out here that they can't touch because they just can't touch it. It's like, blood right. They love to make it known. Motherfuckers just be talking too much. They would let you. They feel like I'm gonna shut up. I mean, you hit me with enough direct energy weapons, I might, but you gotta shut me up. I'm not shutting up, and look, I got proof, you bitches. Not you guys. I'm talking to them whole ass motherfuckers in them airplanes that do whole shit all day. That send motherfuckers down here to do their dirty work, and they're suckers too. How you send a punk to do a punk's job? It's just suck shit all the way around. I don't get it. Gang stalkers, I don't care how big you are. You're a coward. You guys run in packs, you're a coward. And the things you do, you don't have no kind. You guys are clearly cowards. This type of shit that cowards do. You run in packs and do coward shit, and that's what y'all's whole shit is about. Period. Some demon type shit, whatever. Yeah, you're all possessed in some more shit. You don't care. At the end of the day. So, why should I? And they want you to feel some type of way about information being put in your hands that you had no control over. I don't have control over what these cameras pick up. And my dad's a photographer. He's an artist. He went to school for video. So naturally, I'm into what he was into. And I pick up a camera. I freelance for. I like to do it because. But who the hell knew that I was gonna? I sure didn't. I'd rather be showing you how I tear down these devices, which is gonna come to, because it's not always gonna be about this. This is actually gonna be education. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you what I do. And yeah, right in front of your face, quick as I'm gonna show you. This is what I do. I'm a hood nigga, but I'm a good nigga. And if you on EBT, your shit half off too. I fix your shit for half price. That's how hood I am. Dig that? Anyway. As hood as I am, they don't like my hood ass. They actually hate me. Because it sounds like there's a landing pad over the house now, as you can see, which I stated earlier it would start. But there's not. I understand one plane, 2 planes, but my house is not a landing pad or a strip. There's no one. It's not one near here. So why do you always seem to fly right over the top of my house? Which leads me to the conclusion of direct energy weapons. If you're always taking this path, what would you be taking it for? Just to fly over and look at a motherfucker's house? Nah. How about you go find out about these direct energy weapons, you all, that have patents that exist that you can go read about. They're just supposed to be used on foreign, not domestic. They're supposed to be used on terrorists, not Americans. And that's what they're using it on. Since that law was passed that we can be treated like terrorists. We're going to let the loud cars do their thing. Every time you make a point, they try to come out of nowhere with some bullshit. Anyway, yeah. So you spend too much cash, you get on the terrorist list. I mean, to do the little shit you get on, and they gang stalk the fuck out of you when you're on that list. But I'm not a terrorist, and they know that. But what I have is a matter of national security. And once again, that hood ass black boy from the hood should not be having. Why does he have all this information? Who the fuck is he? Watch him, and while you're watching him, make him feel like shit for going through shit he can't help. Yeah, as you guys see, I said that phone would die. That motherfucker did. Couple flyovers. Adios, battery. Uh-oh. Damn. Not that they both died at the same time, though. They both died. This one just turned back on. What the fuck? Oh no, that shit was off. It was off. Wait, what? I know when the plane go past, there's a lot of the times batteries get drained fast. It takes a couple flyovers and that shit is drained. So imagine what they can do to your body. So I was just saying, if you think these weapons don't exist, you might want to go check the patent numbers, and that should let you know everything you need to know. Look up Dr. Robert Duncan while you're at it. You might not even have to look him up. He's gonna pop up anyway. So just to speed up your search, go ahead and check him out. And when you see something called the voice of God, you found him. That's him. He invented that. Now, what does it do? You might say. Well, what does it sound like it does? They named it the voice of God. It can plant thoughts in your head that originate from the place where your thoughts originate from. So it seems like you're having these thoughts. It can also read your mind. It can put voices in your head. It made a whole Taliban crew turn on themselves thinking that they heard God's voice tell them to kill themselves in the name of Allah. And they all turned their guns on each other and killed themselves. So this technology is real. Don't be no fool. I don't know if that was his weapon that did that. I don't know. I wasn't there to even see it take place, but I can tell you that shit sounds real as it. It sounds like something that they have the capability to do. Sounds like that, basically. What is this hooked up to? So this is hooked up to what everything else is hooked up to. It's on 42%. But both of the phones died at the same time. Wow. Plug in back in. I'm trying. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Hello to whoever is watching. They weren't even on the live, so apparently they seen the video. I appreciate that as well. Because you know it's not a game.